Hello and welcome to another TV precision video. Today we're going to speak about the R53 Airbox kit. This kit comes with a high flow air filter, airbox lid, silicone intake hose, all the necessary hardware for installation manual and stickers. So let's speak about the airbox. This airbox, as you see compared to the original unit, there's a massive difference size-wise, and it has a huge 85 internal diameter opening here, which is the largest internal diameter in any airbox in the R53 market, as far as we are aware. It integrates to the plastic back panel. So what we do, we remove the original back panel, and this piece replaces the back panel alongside with this plastic trim. So it goes like this. And this one actually covers the brake master cylinder. We did this big opening for two reasons. First is that we want to increase the overall volume of the intake system. And secondly, because we want to enhance even more the intake sound from the supercharger. Also, I want to add that there is provision for the battery, and there is provision for strut bars. We tested with the JCW one, the original strut bar, and we also tested with the GTT strut bar, which is the biggest you can find in the market, and it fits fine. And let's move to the intake hose. So this silicone hose is designed and developed by us. You cannot find anywhere in the market. It has a huge opening, as you see here, to match the opening in the airbox. And this side-by-side comparison with the stock unit. You see the location, exactly same position, and you have this diameter that slowly tapers down to the original diameter that you have in the original silicone hose. This design actually accelerates the airflow towards your throttle body. At this point, I want to mention that we check every aftermarket intake hose you can find currently in the market, and we see that all of them, they tend to shrink to do this in this point, and this actually design mistake, is not a manufacturing mistake, and we see that to every other intake hose. This one doesn't do that, and it also has this geometry, this step provision, which is exactly the same as with the stock unit. So there is a reason why from factory they have this geometry there, is to avoid turbulence where the silicone hose meets to the throttle body, at the lip of the throttle body. Again, this is the only intake hose, aftermarket intake hose, that has this type of provision. The combination of these two actually enhances a lot and resonates the intake sounds from the supercharger and creates an intoxicating experience for the driver and the passengers. What about gains? With this airbox, we see 14 at the wheels horsepower peak gains and 10 at the wheels horsepower average on the whole RPM range. See these gains in our demo car that has our charge pipe, non-ported intake manifold, ECU tune, injectors, prototype exhaust, and intercooler. So the only difference between before and after was this airbox against the stock airbox. Dyno testing happened the same day, same fuel. The car never left the dyno room. Used dyno jet, and we only do our testing using 5th gear, which is very important because we've seen many times people using 3rd and 4th gear, which that actually multiplies the final number, and always with the bonnet closed. So this is the most close to road scenario we could get in a dyno room. We have many frequently asked questions. The first question we get about this kit is, can I fit this hose if I have an enlarged throttle body? The answer is that if you currently use the stock intake hose, then yes, because this diameter is exactly the same as the stock intake hose. If not, then unfortunately you cannot use this intake hose. Another question we get is, do I need a retune? No, you don't need to have a retune to fit this product. The gains you see in our website is from our demo car without any retune. Of course, having a retune will give you that slight extra advantage power-wise. And the final question we get is, are you gonna make an intake version, an intake hose that's gonna be for enlarged throttle bodies. The problem we have with this is that it's nearly impossible to know what type of throttle body you have. There are many options out there with different diameters, so it's very difficult to develop an intake hose for every single diameter. So what we plan to do is to create a bundle, a set of products. So we want to have our own big throttle body and big intake hose and give you that as a package. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to order an airbox, please visit your nearest TP Precision authorized dealer to reserve a spot. At this moment, there's huge demand, so lead time is pretty long, so it's like nearly a month before you can get your airbox. So if you want one, please visit your nearest authorized dealer. Thank you so much for watching.